Alright, what is going on, guys? Eximus here. So today I wanted to show you how to break immunities in Diablo 2. So with this paladin here, I'm going to show you how to take off fire and cold immunities from monsters. Now this is something I really wanted to talk about and kind of just get this out there with other classes and things like that. Is that this is the reason why a lot of players use lightning damage instead of cold or fire damage, such as sorceresses. You always see lightning sorceresses, and the reason why other players don't play the other elemental classes is because a lot of the monsters in the game, they have a very high resistance to cold and fire damage, and they don't have as much resistance to lightning damage, and that allows them to break the immunities when they use weapons like Infinity and things like that on their mercenary. But in this video, I'm just going to show you guys a little trick where you can actually remove cold and fire immunities. Now this is kind of going to work a little bit. It's going to work really weird on certain monsters. So I'm sure there's a few monsters in the game where you could use a lower resist wand, which I'm using right here. I'm sure there's a few monsters in the game where you could use a Infinity and you could use a lower resist wand on the sorceress and then take off the immunity, but that's kind of going to be like a rare chance for that to happen. But with this paladin, I mean, I think for the most part you're going to be able to remove most of the immunities. I mean, you would really have to go into mass detail and go on the Ariad Summit website and look at all the different immunities in the game to actually see what monsters have higher resistance to this elemental damage like cold or fire, to really know if it's going to break the immunity or not. Now, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure it's about 117, maybe you guys can correct me on that, that's about 117 negative resistances that you actually need to break the immunity from the monster. So I kind of just wanted to go into detail about that with you guys. I know I'm going on about this here and you kind of just want to get to the point and see it, but I really like to explain things to you guys in a more detailed manner so you guys can understand, and for all the people that are actually into that, so you know, they can understand why things are the way they are in the game. Why can I not break immunities? Why can I not break fire immunities? So that's kind of what I wanted to explain to you guys. So with this guy, this is a paladin, and you're using conviction. You're using a much higher level conviction than an Infinity. I actually have it maxed out on here, so it's a negative 150 resistances. And then on top of that, I'm going to have a lower resist wand, which lowers the resistance of the monsters as well, and it's a necromancer spell. So I'm just going to show you guys real quick. I'm going to go to the Frigid Highlands, and maybe we'll go around a little bit to a few other areas and check it out. But I think the Frigid Highlands is a pretty good place for me because I know the immunities on there. I know that most of the little minions around there are immune to cold. So, and that's one of the worst ones of all, is trying to remove the immunities from cold monsters. It's just nearly impossible. And this is pretty much the only way that I know. And as far as the Diablo 2 community knows, I mean, everybody, that this is the only way you can remove, you know, most of the immunities from monsters. Alright, so as you can see, even with my conviction at 150%, it doesn't remove the immunities. And then as soon as I cast low resist and I switch over to conviction, you can actually see that it removed the immunities. Now, it probably didn't remove the immunity off Eldritch, as like I was saying before, because he probably has much higher cold resistance than these other minions right here. So we'll just go ahead and take these guys out real quick. I got a Griswold set Vengeance Paladin right here. Really weird build, but it's a pretty nice build. I think I've done it before in one of my videos. So, but like I said, I mean, you could go around and test things a little bit. I mean, it really depends on, I mean, if there's an area that you farm a lot and maybe you just want to be a fire sorceress, I mean, go ahead and test it out, and you can kind of see if an Infinity with the lower resist is going to take the immunity out. But to be honest with you, I really don't think it's going to work 9 times out of 10. As I said before, you'd really have to go on the Ariad Summit and look it up. But if you guys are looking for a wand like this, you can just check Akara or Mala or anything like that, and you'll probably come across a lower resist wand. It really helps out with sorceresses. I mean, if you're looking for you know, a cheap conviction. It's not going to break the immunities. I don't think that a lower resist one is going to be nearly enough to break any immunities in the game. But it's really going to help you out as a sorceress. I mean, that's giving you a ridiculous amount of negative resistances, and that's really going to boost your damage a lot. So that's kind of a nice tip there to kind of get your sorceress doing a little bit more damage there. And a lot of people really don't think to do that. I never think to do something like that. And it's something that's really going to help your character out a lot. But you just it's just one of those weird things where you never think to do it, you know, and no one ever really talks about it. Got all these immunities broken. Looks like right there we broke some poison resist on those skeleton mages or archers right there. See if we can do it on this catapult. Oh, see the catapult probably has a really high poison resist and it didn't work. But we'll go around to a few other places and see what we can do. And the survivability on this character is ridiculous. I don't even have my holy shield up, and it's just I'm kind of standing around doing whatever I want. Paladins are definitely overpowered as far as defense goes and all that stuff. Paladins are always overpowered in Blizzard games. Always overpowered. This is a really weird combination for me, so I'm just kind of trying to get used to it. So it looks like on those snakes there wasn't enough to take the immunities off. Alright, so we'll go to the River of Flame. Maybe there's a few fire immunes over there. I really wanted to try this out on some fire immunes and see what it's like. Can't take it out on those little maggots. Looks like these guys just instantly get the immunities taken off. I mean, this is a really high conviction, so I mean, there's immunities and it's just gonna take it off. It's way higher than infinity, so you're getting a lot of negative resistances off of there. Sounds like the police are out there. Whoop, whoop. Whoop. Ah, there's like a cop out there, like on his little microphone thing, like, get out the car. See, that's a rare sight right there. Those beasts, I was actually able to remove the cold immunity with my conviction, so that's something that doesn't really seem to happen very often. I'm actually going to run over to the Den of Evil. I can't think of anywhere where there's fire immunities. Here's some of these Fallen. Let's test it out on them. Yeah, they probably got really low resistance. Easy to take it out, or take them out. But yeah, that's about it for this video, guys. I just wanted to show you really quick this trick in Diablo 2 and show you how to remove fire and cold immunities from monsters in the game. It's a little, like I said, it's a little bit unfortunate for other classes that want to use fire and cold damage. You really don't get the advantage of being able to remove immunities on monsters, even when you have an infinity, and it's hard enough to get that weapon as well. So I love you guys so much. Make sure you guys subscribe if you want to keep up with Diablo 2 content, and I will see you guys on my next video.